Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, the world begins to slow down. The air feels softer now, almost like a quiet blanket wrapping around you. Somewhere outside, the sounds of the day fade into whispers. The streets grow still, the wind sighs low through the trees, and even your heartbeat finds a calmer rhythm. It is the hour when the mind loosens its hold, and everything becomes gentle again. Imagine lying beneath a wide, silent sky. The stars glow faintly above, not sharp or bright, but sleepy and kind. Each one breathes a small shimmer of light, as if whispering good night to the world below. You take a long, deep breath, and another, feeling the weight of the day melt from your body. In the space between heartbeats, time stretches wide and still. Far away, beyond this quiet night, lies another world, one that existed millions of years before the first human ever dreamed. The air was warm and heavy. The earth smelled of rain and leaves. Forests reached high into misty clouds, and rivers curled through endless valleys. Life was slow then, calm, patient. In that ancient stillness, something small rested beneath the surface of the earth, half hidden in warm sand. A smooth oval shell, a dino egg. It lay there silently, as the sunlight changed to dusk and dusk to dawn again and again. The sand around it shifted with the wind, sometimes warm, sometimes cool, always protective. The egg did not rush. It did not fear time. It only waited. Inside, a quiet rhythm beat, soft, steady, like a secret heart. The world outside moved fast, but the little life inside moved slowly. It slept, it grew, and it dreamed in the dark. No sound, no light, only warmth and patience. The earth above carried storms, rains, and bright sun, but down below, it was always peaceful. You can almost feel it now, the comfort of that hidden nest. The air is still. The night is gentle. The ground hums faintly, like a lullaby from the planet itself. Nature knows how to rest, and tonight, so do you. As you breathe slowly, imagine yourself beside those old sands. The wind is mild, brushing softly over your skin. You look out across the ancient land, and everything moves in slow motion. The trees swaying, the clouds drifting, the shadows stretching like sleepy fingers. In that faraway calm, you feel the world breathing with you. Each breath you take feels older, deeper, connected to the same rhythm that once cradled the dino egg in the earth. The same air that once carried dust across prehistoric deserts now fills your lungs. You are a quiet part of the same endless story, life resting, waiting, dreaming. The night deepens. The stars shimmer like small echoes of ancient fires. Somewhere beneath your thoughts, you can almost hear the gentle crackle of sand shifting, the heartbeat of the earth moving slow and kind. There is no rush here, only stillness, only warmth. The egg rests in its cradle of time, untouched by worry or noise. The world sleeps with it. The air, the soil, the slow heartbeat of the planet, all together in perfect quiet. And as you drift deeper, the line between this night and the ancient one begins to blur. The same peace that wrapped around those small sleeping eggs now wraps around you. You are safe. You are still. You are resting in the soft shape of sleep. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine traveling far, far back in time. Beyond cities and voices, beyond roads and memories. Back to an age when the earth was young, when forests breathed in slow rhythm and rivers sang soft songs to the sea. The world was warm then. The air shimmered with quiet life. Ferns spread wide like green blankets, and the ground smelled of new rain. Volcanoes whispered in the distance, not in anger but in steady heartbeats. Fire beneath a calm sky. And there, hidden among leaves and soil, something small appeared for the first time. A shell. Smooth. Simple. Perfect. The first egg of time. No one watched it. No eyes named it. It rested alone beneath the warmth of a golden sun. The air hummed gently, and tiny drops of dew rolled down its curved surface. Inside, life waited, still and patient. The earth held its breath, and something new began to dream. That small shell was not in a hurry. Nature never rushed. She whispered to it through warmth, through soft winds and the touch of rain. Days passed like sighs. Nights came like soft blankets of darkness. The egg stayed hidden and calm, a secret kept by the planet itself. From that first quiet beginning, the world learned the art of protection. The shell became a promise, a safe home for life before it was ready to meet the light. The warmth of the sun helped it grow. The cool of the night gave it rest. It was a perfect rhythm, warmth and quiet, light and dark, growth and peace. As time moved on, more eggs appeared, each one shaped by the earth's gentle patience. In shallow nests, in soft sand, in quiet corners of ancient forests. They were tiny worlds, glowing softly under the sun. Each one carried something small, something fragile, something full of hope. You can imagine them now, thousands of eggs resting beneath the same sky that you see tonight. The same stars watched over them, flickering softly through misty clouds. The light of dawn slid over their shells like a golden sigh. It was a silent story told again and again, life waiting for the right moment to begin. Sometimes, the wind brushed over the nests and left patterns in the sand. Sometimes, warm rain fell and wrapped each egg in a glimmer of light. The world held them with care, never loud, never hurried. Just a soft rhythm, the same rhythm your breath follows now. In, out, warmth, stillness. Long before humans, before footsteps, before fire, there were these tiny shells of peace. They didn't know fear. They didn't know time. They only knew the soft pull of life, the quiet push to exist. And the earth, gentle and eternal, watched over them like a mother in deep sleep. Each sunrise warmed the sand. Each sunset cooled it again. The world turned slowly. The air glowed gold, and those first eggs dreamed of the sky they would one day see. Inside them, hearts began to beat. Quiet, steady, ancient. The first sounds of tomorrow. If you listen closely now, beneath the quiet hum of the night around you, you can almost feel it, the pulse of that endless rhythm. The same warmth that helped the first eggs grow now rests softly on your skin. The same air moves through you. The same calm lives within you. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, the world begins to slow down. The air feels softer now, almost like a quiet blanket wrapping around you. Somewhere outside, the sounds of the day fade into whispers. The streets grow still, the wind sighs low through the trees, and even your heartbeat finds a calmer rhythm. It is the hour when the mind loosens its hold, and everything becomes gentle again. Imagine lying beneath a wide, silent sky. The stars glow faintly above, not sharp or bright, but sleepy and kind. Each one breathes a small shimmer of light, as if whispering good night to the world below. You take a long, deep breath, and another, feeling the weight of the day melt from your body. In the space between heartbeats, time stretches wide and still. Far away, beyond this quiet night, lies another world, one that existed millions of years before the first human ever dreamed. The air was warm and heavy. The earth smelled of rain and leaves. Forests reached high into misty clouds, and rivers curled through endless valleys. Life was slow then, calm, patient. In that ancient stillness, something small rested beneath the surface of the earth, half hidden in warm sand. A smooth oval shell, a Dino egg. It lay there silently, as the sunlight changed the dusk and dust to dawn again and again. The sand around it shifted with the wind, sometimes warm, sometimes cool, always protective. The egg did not rush. It did not fear time. It only waited. Inside, a quiet rhythm beat, soft, steady, like a secret heart. The world outside moved fast, but the little life inside moved slowly. It slept, it grew, and it dreamed in the dark. No sound, no light, only warmth and patience. The earth above carried storms, rains, and bright sun, but down below, it was always peaceful. You can almost feel it now, the comfort of that hidden nest. The air is still. The night is gentle. The ground hums faintly, like a lullaby from the planet itself. Nature knows how to rest, and tonight, so do you. As you breathe slowly, imagine yourself beside those old sands. The wind is mild, brushing softly over your skin. You look out across the ancient land, and everything moves in slow motion. The trees swaying, the clouds drifting, the shadows stretching like sleepy fingers. In that faraway calm, you feel the world breathing with you. Each breath you take feels older, deeper, connected to the same rhythm that once cradled the Dino egg in the earth. The same air that once carried dust across prehistoric deserts now fills your lungs. You are a quiet part of the same endless story, life resting, waiting, dreaming. The night deepens. The stars shimmer like small echoes of ancient fires. Somewhere beneath your thoughts, you can almost hear the gentle crackle of sand shifting, the heartbeat of the earth moving slow and kind. There is no rush here, only stillness, only warmth. The egg rests in its cradle of time, untouched by worry or noise. The world sleeps with it. The air, the soil, the slow heartbeat of the planet, all together in perfect quiet. And as you drift deeper, the line between this night and that ancient one begins to blur. The same peace that wrapped around those small sleeping eggs now wraps around you. You are safe. You are still. You are resting in the soft shape of sleep. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine traveling far, far back in time. Beyond cities and voices, beyond roads and memories. Back to an age when the earth was young, when forests breathed in slow rhythm and rivers sang soft songs to the sea. The world was warm then. The air shimmered with quiet life. Ferns spread wide like green blankets, and the ground smelled of new rain. Volcanoes whispered in the distance, not in anger but in steady heartbeats. Fire beneath a calm sky. And there, hidden among leaves and soil, something small appeared for the first time. A shell. Smooth. Simple. Perfect. The first egg of time. No one watched it. No eyes named it. It rested alone beneath the warmth of a golden sun. The air hummed gently, and tiny drops of dew rolled down its curved surface. Inside, life waited, still and patient. The earth held its breath, and something new began to dream. That small shell was not in a hurry. Nature never rushed. She whispered to it through warmth, through soft winds and the touch of rain. Days passed like sighs. Nights came like soft blankets of darkness. The egg stayed hidden and calm, a secret kept by the planet itself. From that first quiet beginning, the world learned the art of protection. The shell became a promise, a safe home for life before it was ready to meet the light. The warmth of the sun helped it grow. The cool of the night gave it rest. It was a perfect rhythm, warmth and quiet, light and dark, growth and peace. As time moved on, more eggs appeared, each one shaped by the earth's gentle patience. In shallow nests, in soft sand, in quiet corners of ancient forests. They were tiny worlds, glowing softly under the sun. Each one carried something small, something fragile, something full of hope. You can imagine them now, thousands of eggs resting beneath the same sky that you see tonight. The same stars watched over them, flickering softly through misty clouds. The light of dawn slid over their shells like a golden sigh. It was a silent story told again and again, life waiting for the right moment to begin. Sometimes, the wind brushed over the nests and left patterns in the sand. Sometimes, warm rain fell and wrapped each egg in a glimmer of light. The world held them with care, never loud, never hurried. Just a soft rhythm, the same rhythm your breath follows now. In, out, warmth, stillness. Long before humans, before footsteps, before fire, there were these tiny shells of peace. They didn't know fear. They didn't know time. They only knew the soft pull of life, the quiet push to exist. And the earth, gentle and eternal, watched over them like a mother in deep sleep. Each sunrise warmed the sand. Each sunset cooled it again. The world turned slowly. The air glowed gold, and those first eggs dreamed of the sky they would one day see. Inside them, hearts began to beat. Quiet, steady, ancient. The first sounds of tomorrow. If you listen closely now, beneath the quiet hum of the night around you, you can almost feel it. The pulse of that endless rhythm. The same warmth that helped the first eggs grow now rests softly on your skin. The same air moves through you. The same calm lives within you. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, the world begins to slow down. The air feels softer now, almost like a quiet blanket wrapping around you. Somewhere outside, the sounds of the day fade into whispers. The streets grow still. The wind sighs low through the trees, and even your heartbeat finds a calmer rhythm. It is the hour when the mind loosens its hold, and everything becomes gentle again. Imagine lying beneath a wide, silent sky. The stars glow faintly above, not sharp or bright, but sleepy and kind. Each one breathes a small shimmer of light, as if whispering good night to the world below. You take a long, deep breath, and another, feeling the weight of the day melt from your body. In the space between heartbeats, time stretches wide and still. Far away, beyond this quiet night, lies another world, one that existed millions of years before the first human ever dreamed. The air was warm and heavy. The earth smelled of rain and leaves. Forests reached high into misty clouds, and rivers curled through endless valleys. Life was slow then, calm, patient. In that ancient stillness, something small rested beneath the surface of the earth, half hidden in warm sand. A smooth oval shell, a dino egg. It lay there silently, as the sunlight changed the dusk and dust to dawn again and again. The sand around it shifted with the wind, sometimes warm, sometimes cool, always protective. The egg did not rush. It did not fear time. It only waited. Inside, a quiet rhythm beat, soft, steady, like a secret heart. The world outside moved fast, but the little life inside moved slowly. It slept, it grew, and it dreamed in the dark. No sound, no light, only warmth and patience. The earth above carried storms, rains, and bright sun, but down below, it was always peaceful. You can almost feel it now, the comfort of that hidden nest. The air is still. The night is gentle. The ground hums faintly, like a lullaby from the planet itself. Nature knows how to rest, and tonight, so do you. As you breathe slowly, imagine yourself beside those old sands. The wind is mild, brushing softly over your skin. You look out across the ancient land, and everything moves in slow motion. The trees swaying, the clouds drifting, the shadows stretching like sleepy fingers. In that faraway calm, you feel the world breathing with you. Each breath you take feels older, deeper, connected to the same rhythm that once cradled the dino egg in the earth. The same air that once carried dust across prehistoric deserts now fills your lungs. You are a quiet part of the same endless story, life resting, waiting, dreaming. The night deepens. The stars shimmer like small echoes of ancient fires. Somewhere beneath your thoughts, you can almost hear the gentle crackle of sand shifting, the heartbeat of the earth moving slow and kind. There is no rush here, only stillness, only warmth. The egg rests in its cradle of time, untouched by worry or noise. The world sleeps with it. The air, the soil, the slow heartbeat of the planet, all together in perfect quiet. And as you drift deeper, the line between this night and that ancient one begins to blur. The same peace that wrapped around those small sleeping eggs now wraps around you. You are safe. You are still. You are resting in the soft shape of sleep. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine traveling far, far back in time. Beyond cities and voices, beyond roads and memories. Back to an age when the earth was young, when forests breathed in slow rhythm and rivers sang soft songs to the sea. The world was warm then. The air shimmered with quiet life. Ferns spread wide like green blankets, and the ground smelled of new rain. Volcanoes whispered in the distance, not in anger but in steady heartbeats. Fire beneath a calm sky. And there, hidden among leaves and soil, something small appeared for the first time. A shell. Smooth. Simple. Perfect. The first egg of time. No one watched it. No eyes named it. It rested alone beneath the warmth of a golden sun. The air hummed gently, and tiny drops of dew rolled down its curved surface. Inside, life waited, still and patient. The earth held its breath, and something new began to dream. That small shell was not in a hurry. Nature never rushed. She whispered to it through warmth, through soft winds and the touch of rain. Days passed like sighs. Nights came like soft blankets of darkness. The egg stayed hidden and calm, a secret kept by the planet itself. From that first quiet beginning, the world learned the art of protection. The shell became a promise, a safe home for life before it was ready to meet the light. The warmth of the sun helped it grow. The cool of the night gave it rest. It was a perfect rhythm, warmth and quiet, light and dark, growth and peace. As time moved on, more eggs appeared, each one shaped by the earth's gentle patience. In shallow nests, in soft sand, in quiet corners of ancient forests. They were tiny worlds, glowing softly under the sun. Each one carried something small, something fragile, something full of hope. You can imagine them now, thousands of eggs resting beneath the same sky that you see tonight. The same stars watched over them, flickering softly through misty clouds. The light of dawn slid over their shells like a golden sigh. It was a silent story told again and again, life waiting for the right moment to begin. Sometimes, the wind brushed over the nests and left patterns in the sand. Sometimes, warm rain fell and wrapped each egg in a glimmer of light. The world held them with care, never loud, never hurried. Just a soft rhythm, the same rhythm your breath follows now. In, out, warmth, stillness. Long before humans, before footsteps, before fire, there were these tiny shells of peace. They didn't know fear. They didn't know time. They only knew the soft pull of life, the quiet push to exist. And the earth, gentle and eternal, watched over them like a mother in deep sleep. Each sunrise warmed the sand. Each sunset cooled it again. The world turned slowly. The air glowed gold, and those first eggs dreamed of the sky they would one day see. Inside them, hearts began to beat. Quiet, steady, ancient. The first sounds of tomorrow. If you listen closely now, beneath the quiet hum of the night around you, you can almost feel it. The pulse of that endless rhythm. The same warmth that helped the first eggs grow now rests softly on your skin. The same air moves through you. The same calm lives within you. Once helped tiny dinosaurs grow inside their shells. The same light that turned stillness into heartbeat, silence into life. As the day in that old world fades, the last golden rays brush over the sand, over the nests, over the waiting shells. The air cools again, but the warmth remains inside, sleeping like a promise. And as you drift deeper into rest, you carry that promise too, the quiet reminder that warmth never truly leaves. It only changes shape, becoming the gentle peace that surrounds you now. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a hidden world beneath the sand. The air above is quiet and warm, but under the surface, something beautiful is happening, something small, secret, and full of life. Inside each smooth shell, the world is soft and glowing. It is neither dark nor bright, but gentle, like a dream that floats between night and morning. The baby dinosaurs are growing there, curled and peaceful, their tiny bodies slowly taking shape. At first, they are only a shimmer of life, tiny cells dividing and forming patterns that nature remembers by heart. Bit by bit, the outlines of a creature appear. A faint spine, a whisper of wings or tail, small limbs that one day will walk across the earth. Their bones form like threads of moonlight, light, fragile, perfect. Inside, the little hearts begin to beat. Not loud, not fast, just steady and soft, like the sound of rain on quiet water. Each heartbeat sends a tiny pulse of life through their growing bodies, feeding every cell, every dream. The rhythm is calm, constant, and full of promise. The shells around them are thin enough to let warmth through, but strong enough to protect. Through those shells, light filters in, soft golden light from the sun above, faint ripples of warmth from the earth below. The eggs become small worlds, glowing gently in their sandy beds. You can almost imagine the feeling, the soft motion inside, the slow stretch of tiny legs and arms, the way the little ones turn in their safe round homes. They move gently, never in a rush. Life knows its pace. Nature whispers to them in silence, wait, grow, rest. They share the same rhythm you feel when you breathe, in and out, calm and quiet. It is the rhythm of the earth itself, the same pulse that flows through rivers, trees, and wind. Life repeats its melody again and again, always soft, always steady. As the days pass, the tiny dinosaurs grow stronger. Their bones harden a little, their hearts beat more firmly. They begin to sense the world outside, faint tremors of footsteps, the soft vibrations of rain falling, the hum of wind passing through leaves. These are the first things they ever feel, the heartbeat of the world waiting to meet them. Sometimes they rest completely, drifting in silence as if asleep. Other times they shift slightly, curling closer or stretching gently against the shell. Each motion is quiet, safe, and full of peace. The eggs don't just hold life, They cradle dreams, memories, and the story of everything that has ever lived. You can almost hear it now if you listen closely, not with your ears, but with the calm of your breath. That tiny rhythm inside the shell. The heartbeat of a baby dinosaur waiting for its first breath, its first sunrise, its first sound. The warmth around them keeps them still. The air outside hums with patience. Nothing hurries. Nothing breaks the peace. Life grows in silence, in safety, in the soft rhythm of time. And in this stillness, you are part of that same quiet miracle. The same energy that builds those tiny bones and gentle hearts flows through you too. It is the slow, steady language of being alive, peaceful, warm, unending. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the world slowing to the pace of the wind. Days stretch long and golden, and nights drift soft and endless. Time has no edges here. It moves like the tide, gentle, unhurried, never lost. Beneath the soft blanket of sand, the eggs rest. They feel the world above them changing. Warm light during the day, cool breath at night, the steady rhythm of the earth beneath. They do not rush. They do not fear. They simply wait. The sun rises and falls, painting the land with colors that fade like sighs, from pale gold to deep violet, from soft pink to quiet blue. Clouds wander across the sky, sometimes full of rain, sometimes thin as silk. The air hums with life but never noise. It is the still heartbeat of a world that knows patience. Each morning, the sand warms again. The heat moves downward, slow and kind, wrapping around the nests. Inside, the eggs absorb the warmth, holding it close. Each night, the stars return, sprinkling silver light across the land. The cool air settles in, touching the shells with calm, letting them rest after the long day's glow. Weeks pass this way, the sun and moon taking turns to guard the unborn lives. Rain falls softly now and then, tapping a quiet rhythm on the ground. The drops roll gently over the sand, slipping down toward the nest but never disturbing them. The earth drinks, the air freshens, and the cycle continues. Nothing in this ancient world hurries. The trees grow slowly, their branches stretching a little higher each season. The rivers curve a little deeper with every storm. Even the mountains breathe in long ages. The eggs belong to this rhythm, tiny pieces of life following the slow heartbeat of the earth. You can almost see them there beneath the stars, still, silent, hidden under the surface. Above them, the sky changes from bright day to glowing dusk to deep night. Each star seems to whisper a lullaby, telling the eggs to keep resting, to keep growing, to trust the calm. Sometimes, gentle winds pass across the land, carrying the smell of rain and leaves. The sand moves just slightly, soft waves reshaping the surface. It is as if the earth is breathing, inhaling during the day, exhaling at night, and the nests rise and fall with that same breath. Inside the shells, tiny hearts continue their quiet rhythm. The little ones do not count days or moons. They only feel the warmth, the stillness, the passing softness of time. The waiting is not empty. It is full of quiet work, invisible change, and steady peace. You can feel that same rhythm now, deep in your body. The slow drift of time when you are calm, the warmth that stays even when the world cools. The waiting time belongs to all living things. It is the space between beginnings, the breath before awakening, the pause that lets life prepare for light. The stars keep shining, the rain keeps falling, and the earth keeps turning. Never fast, never loud, just steady, eternal, kind. And as the weeks and months drift by, the little lives beneath the sand continue to dream, growing stronger in their gentle silence. You too are resting in your own quiet waiting time, safe, warm, and still. The world outside moves softly, just as it always has. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the soft scent of rain in the air. The sky above the ancient world is heavy with clouds, gray and calm. No thunder, no lightning, only the promise of quiet rain. The wind hushes, the trees grow still, and for a long, peaceful moment, everything waits. Then, the first drop falls. It lands softly on a leaf, then another. Soon, The sound spreads across the land, a gentle patter, slow and rhythmic, like the earth exhaling in relief. The dry soil darkens, the dust settles, and the scent of life rises into the air. Over the old nests, the rain falls with kindness. Each drop finds its way through ferns and leaves, rolling down smooth stems, trickling into the sand. The water does not disturb the eggs. It cools the surface, washes away the weight of long, hot days, and leaves behind a faint shimmer, a silver glow that glistens in the soft light. The air turns cooler now. The earth breathes slower. Tiny ripples form where raindrops gather in shallow pools. The sound is steady and soothing, a music made only of patience. Above, the clouds drift gently, their edges glowing faintly where sunlight hides behind them. The whole world hums in quiet rhythm, drop by drop, beat by beat. Beneath the sand, the eggs rest. They feel the cool touch spreading slowly downward. The shells welcome the change, firm but calm, safe in their little worlds. Inside, tiny hearts beat softly, keeping time with the rain above. The sound of each raindrop seems to echo those heartbeats, a soft pulse from the sky, answered by a smaller pulse below. It is a song older than memory, the meeting of water and life. The rain feeds the soil guards the nests, the eggs hold the future. Nothing moves too quickly. Nothing interrupts the peace. The world simply breathes. You can imagine standing there beneath the wide sky, your skin kissed by cool drops, your mind quiet, your heart moving with that same slow rhythm. The sound of rain wraps around you, the softest lullaby the earth ever made. Every drop carries comfort. Every ripple carries calm. As the rain continues, it paints small patterns across the ground. Circles, streaks, faint lines that disappear as quickly as they form. The air grows sweet, heavy with the smell of wet leaves and clean sand. Somewhere nearby, water drips from a fern, counting time in silence. The nests gleam faintly in the dim light, half buried, half seen, small islands of life beneath the soft rain. Inside the shells, the tiny creatures shift gently, like dreams turning in sleep. Their hearts continue to beat, steady and sure. Outside, the rain matches that rhythm perfectly, drop for beat, beat for drop, until it feels as though sky and earth are breathing together. When the rain begins to fade, the air stays cool and sweet. The clouds lift slowly, letting sunlight spill again across the wet world. Every surface glows. The earth smells new. The nests rest quietly, washed clean and calm, ready for another warm day to come. And as you listen, you can still hear the echo of that soft rain in your own breath, a reminder that life always finds peace in rhythm, that every storm carries gentleness too. The sound of raindrops and heartbeats, together, eternal. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the world holding its breath. The air is still. The sunlight glows warm over the quiet nests. The sand has cooled after rain, smooth and clean, and for the first time in many long days, a small sound rises from beneath the surface, a faint, delicate tap. It happens again. Then another. A rhythm begins, soft and uncertain, like the first notes of a song being remembered. Inside the eggs, little lives have grown strong. The shells that once protected them now feel tight, ready to open. The time of waiting is over. The moment has come. The first crack appears, so tiny it could be missed. A thin line, glimmering in the light. Then another follows, spreading slowly across the curve of the shell. The sound is gentle, not breaking, not shattering, but opening. Each movement is careful, tender, full of effort and wonder. Inside, a small heartbeat quickens. A faint motion stays. Tiny claws push against the shell. The air outside carries warmth, scent, sound, the first hints of a world the little ones have never seen. Bit by bit, the cracks widen. A sliver of sunlight slips inside. For the first time, light touches their skin. It is soft, golden light, warm like breath, kind like memory. The baby dinosaurs blink against it, their small eyes still cloudy from the darkness. They stretch weakly, pushing once more, the shell giving way in quiet surrender. A piece falls, then another. And there, among the sand and leaves, the first new lives of the season begin to emerge. Their movements are slow, unsure. Their tiny bodies glisten with the last traces of their safe world inside. They tremble, not from fear, but from the sudden newness of everything. Air, sound, space. The earth beneath them feels strange and cool. The light above feels endless. For a moment, they rest halfway out of their shells, breathing for the first time. Their lungs fill with air, warm, rich, full of scent and life. The first breath comes shaky, then steady. A tiny chest rises and falls, learning the rhythm of the living world. All around, the others begin to follow. More shells crack softly, more small sounds join the morning. The nests come alive with quiet movement. Stretching limbs, slow blinks, the sound of life finding its way forward. The sunlight touches every shell, every newborn, wrapping them all in golden warmth. The mothers nearby watch in stillness, their eyes calm. They do not rush to move closer. They know this moment belongs to the little ones, the moment of first breath, first sight, first heartbeat in open air. Nature stands still to honor it. You can almost feel the tenderness of that morning, the warmth on your own skin, the quiet hum of the earth beneath you. The same air that filled their lungs moves through yours now. The same light that met their eyes still shines in your sky. For a few timeless moments, everything in the world is gentle. The breeze is slow. The sunlight is soft. The tiny lives stretch, blink, breathe, and begin to move, fragile but full of wonder. And as the shells lie empty, scattered like pale petals across the sand, the air feels changed. It carries the sound of new beginnings, faint heartbeats joining the ancient rhythm of the earth. The world exhales. The long waiting is over. The nests are alive. Life has opened its eyes once more. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the air thick with the scent of leaves and morning rain. The forest is waking slowly, bathed in gold and green light. Mist floats between the trees, soft as breath, wrapping around a quiet nest hidden beneath ferns. The world feels new, tender, peaceful, alive. From the warm nests, tiny dinosaurs begin to move. Their shells lie scattered behind them, small white pieces glimmering faintly in the early light. The babies blink slowly, their eyes wide and uncertain. The air feels cool on their skin. Beneath them, the forest floor is soft, damp moss, loose soil, fallen leaves that sigh gently under the weight of each tiny step. They take their first movements in silence, exploring the world one heartbeat at a time. Each small claw touches the earth like a whisper. They pause often, still learning how to balance, how to breathe, how to be alive outside their shells. Their legs tremble slightly, but the ground is kind. It gives without breaking, holding them safely as they find their rhythm. Around them, the forest hums with gentle sounds, the low buzz of insects in the ferns, the slow drip of water from leaves, the distant call of a bird that lived long before memory. Light filters down through the trees in golden strands, warm enough to dry their damp skin. The little ones lift their heads toward it, drawn by instinct, by the ancient pull of sunlight. They huddle together for warmth, pressing close in quiet comfort. Some rest again, curling up in the nest's edge, too small to wander far. Others take tiny steps into the open, their movement slow but full of wonder. Every sight, every scent is new. The earthy smell of wet roots, the faint sweetness of flowers opening after the rain, the sound of wind moving through giant leaves high above. In this soft green world, danger feels far away. The mothers watch from nearby shadows, their breathing calm and even. The air carries no sound of fear, no cry of alarm. Only the music of life unfolding, slow, safe, and steady. The forest feels like a cradle, holding each new creature in its endless arms. You can almost feel the peace of it, the way the light moves lazily through the branches, the way the earth feels cool and alive beneath your feet. Time doesn't hurry here. Every moment stretches and settles like a sigh. The little dinosaurs learn the world gently, guided not by noise but by stillness. Their skin glows faintly in the sun, shades of soft brown and green that blend with the forest floor. Tiny breaths rise and fall, perfectly in sync with the rhythm of the trees swaying overhead. Even the shadows move slowly, curling and stretching as clouds drift past. In this calm, ancient forest, the first steps are not about distance. They are about belonging, about touching the world for the first time and feeling it answer back. The earth greets them quietly, accepting their weight, welcoming their new lives into its cycle of warmth and rest. If you listen closely, you can almost hear it. The faint scratch of small claws on wet soil, the sigh of wind through ferns, the heartbeat of a world at peace. It is the same rhythm that guides your breath now, calm, steady, endless. The forest keeps them safe. The sunlight warms their backs. The soft ground remembers each tiny footprint before the wind erases it. And in that moment, everything feels exactly as it should, still, kind, and full of quiet beginnings. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the ancient forest resting beneath the warm sun. The air moves softly through the leaves, carrying the scent of earth and flowers. The ground hums with quiet life, and somewhere in the shade, a mother dinosaur watches over her nest. Her young ones rest close to her side, their small bodies hidden beneath the curve of her tail and the shadow of her wings. She lowers her head to the ground, listening to the faint sounds of their tiny breaths. Every rise and fall of their chest feels like the world's smallest miracle. She does not sleep deeply. Her eyes stay half open, patient, gentle, ready to protect. When the wind grows stronger, she shifts her body slightly, forming a barrier around her young. Her warmth spreads through the nest like sunlight, keeping the air steady and calm. The babies press closer, comforted by the steady beat of her heart, a sound older than time, steady as the rhythm of the earth itself. All through the long day, she stands nearby. Her shadow keeps the eggs and hatchlings cool when the sun grows too hot. Her breath warms them when night begins to fall. She doesn't need to move much, doesn't need to speak or sing. Her care is quiet, wordless, deep, the same kind of love that fills the spaces between wind and rain, between heartbeat and breath. Sometimes, other dinosaurs pass in the distance, large shapes moving slowly through the mist. She watches, calm but alert. The forest is full of sound, yet around her nest, a stillness remains. Her presence is enough. Her calm keeps danger away. Even the smaller creatures that wander near seem to pause, to step softly, to respect the silence that surrounds her. As the sun sets, the forest glows gold, then fades into soft blue. The babies stare in the cooling air. One of them raises its head, blinking sleepily. She lowers her snout and nudges it back to rest, her touch so light that not even a leaf trembles. In that moment, everything slows again. The air, the wind, the light. The whole world seems to breathe with her. You can imagine the peace of that scene, the soft sound of wings shifting, the gentle rustle of sand beneath her tail, the faint rustle of small movements under her care. It is the same quiet tenderness you see today when a bird tucks its chicks beneath its feathers, or when a mother dove stands guard above her nest through the night. The world changes, but care does not. It travels through time, from scales to feathers, from the age of giants to the trees outside your window. The way a bird warms her eggs with her body, the way she shields them from the wind, it is the same kindness that once lived in those ancient forests. You can feel that same warmth now, not from the sun, but from the thought of such devotion. The earth itself seems to carry it still, the patient love that asks for nothing in return, that protects without question, that moves softly through time. The mother dinosaur remains still through the night, her breath deep, her eyes calm. The stars shine faintly above the trees, silver against the black sky. Beneath her care, the little ones sleep, their tiny bodies rising and falling with a slow rhythm of safety. The world hums quietly around them, peaceful and whole. And somewhere, in the quiet of your own heart, that same rhythm continues, the calm heartbeat of kindness, old as the earth itself. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine breathing air that feels heavy with warmth, soft with life. The kind of air that wraps around you like a blanket, carrying the scent of rain, the sweetness of leaves, and the quiet heartbeat of the earth. This is how the world once felt, long ago, when dinosaurs walked beneath green skies and every breath the planet took was deep and full. The air then was rich and thick, filled with the sighs of forests that never ended. Trees rose higher than buildings ever would, their leaves wide and shining with moisture. Each breath carried the weight of their wake, the endless exhale of oxygen that poured into the sky, feeding everything that lived beneath it. When you breathed in, you would taste the world itself. the dampness of moss, the soft dust of pollen drifting through golden light, the scent of flowers that bloomed and vanished before evening came. It was warm, but not hot, a steady, gentle heat that felt like being close to a calm lake at twilight. The air moved slowly, like water, flowing through every leaf, every feather, every shell. You can almost feel it now, the humid touch against your skin, the way it clings lightly and cools as the wind passes. It was air that carried sound differently too. Bird calls and insect songs did not travel sharp and clear. They floated, rounded by moisture, softened by distance. Every sound became part of a quiet melody that filled the forest without breaking its peace. In that thick air, clouds drifted low and slow. Sometimes they brushed the tops of trees, leaving a trail of mist behind. When rain fell, it was warm and kind, never harsh. The drops gathered on leaves, hung for a while like tiny mirrors, then slipped to the soil below. Every breath after the rain smelled of renewal, like the whole planet had washed itself clean. For the dinosaurs, this air was home. Their lungs filled with it, steady and deep. It carried everything they needed, the warmth to grow, the moisture to live, the endless rhythm of balance. Even the smallest movement of breath seemed to connect them to the forest, to the rivers, to the soil beneath their feet. If you close your eyes and listen closely, you can almost hear the quiet pulse of that age, the low hum of air moving through leaves, the soft rush of a breeze sliding between ferns. It wasn't just air, it was a voice of the living world, slow and endless. At night, when the sun fell and the sky turned violet, the air grew cooler but never cold. Mist gathered near lakes and streams, wrapping everything in silver. The dinosaurs would settle near the water, their bodies still, their breaths calm and steady. The sound of exhaled air mixed with the ripple of water, with a sigh of trees bending in the dark. The earth felt close, its breath and theirs moving together. You can feel that same calm now in the quiet rhythm of your own breathing. The air around you is different, but it still carries memory. Every inhale, every exhale is part of the same long story, the same cycle of warmth and rest that began long before your first moment. So breathe slowly. Feel the soft air fill your lungs, then leave again. Imagine it warm and ancient, carrying whispers of the forests that once were, the lakes that once shimmered beneath violet skies, and the creatures who breathed it before you. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a distant horizon glowing softly red. The sun has set, but the sky is still alive, not with thunder, not with storm, but with the breath of the earth itself. Far away, great mountains rise into the clouds, their peaks faintly shining in the night. You can see the slow, steady glow of molten fire flowing deep within them, quiet and patient, painting the darkness in orange and gold. The air hums gently, warm and still. The light from a distant volcano flickers like a heartbeat, a rhythm as old as time. Each pulse lights the sky for a moment, then fades back into shadow. The glow reaches across the valleys and forests, touching the edges of leaves, glinting faintly on rivers, resting softly on the sand where the nests lie hidden. The world is calm despite the fire. The volcanoes do not roar, they sigh. The lava moves like honey down the slopes, glowing but slow, more light than a threat. The air carries a faint scent of ash, mixed with the sweetness of wet soil and fern. Above, the stars shimmer through thin layers of smoke, still clear, still kind. The dinosaurs resting near their nest lift their heads for a moment, watching the faraway glow. It feels familiar, not frightening, not strange. They have always lived with the fire, just as they live with the rain, the sun, and the sea. The earth speaks in many ways, sometimes with warmth, sometimes with light. Tonight, it speaks with both. The sand around the eggs is still warm from the day. The gentle waves of heat drifting from the distant volcano add just enough to keep the nest safe through the cool hours. The mothers stand nearby, shadows against the soft red light, their eyes reflecting a faint shimmer. They do not move much. The air is peaceful. Even the fire seems to respect the quiet. From time to time, a faint rumble reaches the forest, low, deep, and steady, like the earth's slow breathing. The sound doesn't disturb the night. It joins it. Crickets continue to hum, leaves continue to rustle, rivers continue to whisper their silver songs. The fire and the forest live side by side, neither one breaking the other's calm. You can almost feel the balance, the warmth of the glowing sky against the cool air near the ground, the fire that lights without burning, the stillness that holds everything together. The world seems to glow from within, peaceful and alive. Somewhere near the river, reflections of the volcano shimmer across the water. The ripples carry the light in gentle waves, stretching it out until it looks like a field of golden threads. Even the smallest droplets of dew catch the glow, turning the leaves into tiny lanterns. Every corner of the land breathes in the same rhythm, heat and calm, fire and rest. And beneath it all, the eggs remain untouched. The soft shells feel the warmth drifting through ground, steady and kind. The little lives inside stir slightly, feeling the comfort of the earth's deep pulse. They know, without knowing, that they are safe. You can almost hear the hush of the world then, the soft sigh of molten rock cooling in the distance, the breath of wind moving through leaves, the slow, eternal heartbeat of a planet at peace with itself. Tonight, as you breathe, you share that same balance, warmth and calm, stillness and motion, fire in the sky, peace on the ground, nature forever in harmony. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the soft silver light of the moon spreading across a sleeping world. The sun has gone, leaving the sky cool and endless. The stars sparkle gently, scattered like tiny crystals across dark velvet. And in the stillness of the night, the moon rises, round, bright, and calm. Its light touches everything with care. The tall trees glow faintly, their leaves shimmering like glass. The rivers turn to slow ribbons of silver. And across a wide stretch of soft sand, the moonlight finds something small and still, a nest of ancient eggs, resting in perfect silence. The air around them is cool and steady. There is no wind, no sound, only the faint rhythm of the earth breathing beneath the surface. Each grain of sand glimmers faintly under the moon, forming soft shapes, gentle shadows that shift as clouds drift across the sky. The eggs sit close together, smooth and pale, half buried in their warm cradle. They seem to shine a little, reflecting the soft glow above, like pearls resting in the hand of time. The mothers nearby sleep lightly, their large bodies curled near the nests. Every so often, they open an eye, glancing toward the silver horizon, listening to the night. Nothing stays. The forest is hushed, as if even the insects are dreaming. The only sound is a faint rustle of leaves, like a whisper of the world turning slowly in its sleep. You can almost feel that air, cool, gentle, filled with peace. It carries a scent of moss and water, of warm sand cooling under moonlight. The earth seems to sigh, soft and deep, as if content with its own stillness. High above, the moon watches everything. Its light travels for miles, brushing over rivers, forests, mountains, and valleys, uniting all under one quiet glow. Even the volcanoes far away, once bright with fire, now sleep under its silver calm. The night belongs to peace. The eggs, untouched and ancient, feel the cool air settle over them. Inside, the tiny lives rest, their hearts slow and steady. The moonlight does not wake them. It comforts them, wrapping them in its soft light. The sand holds the last warmth of the day, balanced perfectly with the cool breath of the night. Everything rests in harmony, heat and cool, light and dark, silence and breath. Sometimes, a shadow of a cloud drifts across the moon, dimming its light for a moment. The world fades into softer gray, as if the night itself has closed its eyes. Then the cloud passes, and the glow returns, gentle, familiar, timeless. The moon has watched over this planet for longer than memory. It saw the first trees rise, the first wings spread, the first eggs tremble with life. It has seen life come and go, again and again, always quiet, always sure. Tonight, it watches a dinosaur nest just as it watches you, calm, kind, patient. You can feel that same peace settling in your chest, like soft light spreading through the dark. Each breath is slow, deep, and silver. The world around you fades to stillness. The ancient night stretches endlessly, full of peace. The air does not move. The stars do not hurry. The moon keeps shining, faithful and gentle, painting everything it touches with quiet love. And somewhere in that silence, beneath layers of sand and time, the old eggs rest beneath its glow, calm, safe, eternal. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the world painted in soft, earthy colors. The sun is low, the air golden and warm, and the ground stretches wide with gentle shades of brown and green. Among the sand and leaves, quiet nests rest in the calm, each one holding small, beautiful eggs, each one touched by a different hue of life. Some glow faintly blue, like drops of sky that fell and never faded. Others are pale green, the color of new leaves after rain. A few shimmer with warm brown, blending so perfectly with the soil that you might not see them at all unless the light touches just right. Nature painted them carefully, not with bright, shouting tones, but with quiet, hidden colors meant to protect, to soothe, to let them rest in peace. The mothers chose these colors not by thought but by instinct, guided by time and wisdom written deep within. A pale egg resting in soft sand would look like the earth itself. A green one hidden among ferns would vanish beneath the dappled light. Even the smallest speckle or swirl had a purpose, to keep life safe, to help it wait unseen through the long days and nights. You can almost see the nest now, glowing softly in the afternoon sun. The light slips through the leaves, touching each egg for a moment before moving on. The blues seem to shift with the sky. The greens deepen as shadows stretch. The browns warm and fade like whispers of dusk. It's a palette older than art, older than words, the planet's own gentle painting. Sometimes, a breeze passes and stays the ferns. The light dances across the eggs, and for a heartbeat, it looks as though they move, breathing softly with the rhythm of the wind. The world around them feels perfectly balanced, bright enough to glow, dim enough to hide. The colors do more than protect, they calm. They blend the nest with the land so seamlessly that even the watchful eyes of predators pass by. The earth, the sky, and the eggs all share the same tones, quiet harmony between life and place. It's as if nature herself laid her hand across them, whispering, "Rest. You belong here." Even now, long after the dinosaurs are gone, those colors remain in memory. When scientists uncover fossilized eggs, the shades sometimes linger, faint traces of blue, green, or brown, preserved in stone like soft echoes of what once was. And when birds today lay eggs of those same hues, it feels like the past remembering itself. A robin's blue egg, a duck's green shell, a sparrow's speckled brown, each one carrying forward the same story of protection and love. If you close your eyes, you can feel that story in the air around you, the care of the earth, the gentle purpose in every detail. Nothing in nature is random. Every color, every shape, every breath follows a calm and ancient plan. Imagine sitting beside those nests at dusk. The sun fades behind the hills, and the eggs seem to glow softly in the half-light, blue like twilight, green like moss, brown like warm sand. The world grows quiet. The air slows, and all that remains is a feeling of stillness. The colors fade with the night, hidden beneath the dark. But even then, they are not gone. They sleep, like everything else, waiting for morning. You are part of that same peace, wrapped in those same quiet shades. The world moves gently around you, painting you too in calm, protective light. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a soft wind moving through an ancient forest at dawn. The trees are tall and green, the air misty and cool. The first rays of sunlight touch the tops of ferns, and through the quiet glow, a gentle shape moves. A mother dinosaur, her body covered not with hard scales, but with soft, downy feathers that shimmer faintly in the light. She walks carefully, her steps slow and soundless, the way a bird might glide across the earth. Her feathers catch the morning warmth, keeping her body calm and steady. She finds her nest hidden beneath a low ridge of earth, a small hollow lined with leaves, twigs, and soft grasses. Inside, the eggs rest, smooth, pale, and waiting. She lowers herself over them, spreading her feathered arms just enough to cover the nest. Her body becomes a living shelter, a warm, breathing blanket that protects the small lives beneath her. The feathers trap the heat, holding it close, keeping the air beneath her steady and kind. The eggs rest in that cocoon of warmth, safe and still, as the forest around them wakes slowly. It is a scene so quiet, so simple, that it feels eternal. Long before birds filled the skies, there were creatures who loved and guarded their young in the same way. The link between then and now runs softly, like a thread through time. From feathered dinosaurs nesting in the dawn light to sparrows and robins tucking their eggs beneath their wings today. You can almost feel that warmth, the steady breath of a parent, the soft press of feathers, the safety of being held. The air smells of damp earth and leaves, and the faint hum of life fills the space between heartbeats. Above, small insects float in the sunlight, and the world feels slow, peaceful, complete. Sometimes, the mother lifts her head, looking toward the forest edge. Her eyes are calm, her feathers catching the light. A few fall loose and drift gently to the ground, landing on the sand like tiny pieces of sky. The nest glows faintly beneath her, and for a moment, everything seems to pause. The air, the light, even time itself. She shifts her wings slightly, turning the egg so each one feels the same warmth. It is the same care birds show today, quiet, precise, full of purpose. Nature repeats her best ideas, never rushing, never forgetting. The warmth of a feathered body, the patience of a guarding parent, the soft turning of an egg, all part of the same slow music that has played for millions of years. When night comes, she stays. The stars appear above, their light silvery and cool, but beneath her feathers, the nest remains warm. The world around her hums with night sounds, gentle breezes, rustling leaves, distant rivers, yet her stillness becomes the calm center of it all. The earth, the air, and her breath move together in perfect rhythm. You can imagine her eyes half closing, her heart beating steady as the eggs beneath her rest in their hidden glow. Somewhere inside them, tiny lives grow stronger, listening to the quiet drum of her heartbeat, the first sound they ever know. That same care lives on even now. When you see a bird on its nest, feathers fluffed against the wind, it carries that same ancient love, the same patient warmth. It is the Earth's oldest promise, to protect, to nurture, to keep life safe through the long night. And as you breathe slowly, you share that same rhythm. The air moves softly around you, calm and kind. You are part of the same endless chain of warmth, care, and rest. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the first breath of rain touching the warm ground. The drops fall slowly at first, quiet and light, and the air begins to change, softening, deepening, becoming full of scent and memory. It is a smell of the living earth, gentle and rich, the oldest comfort the world has ever known. The rain doesn't rush. It falls like a whisper, each drop finding its place among leaves and ferns. The soil drinks it in gratefully, and a sweet, earthy fragrance rises into the air. It smells of warmth and life, like sunlit soil after sleep, like peace returning home. Every breath feels heavy in the most comforting way, full of the perfume of the ancient ground. You can almost feel the air moving through that forest. It carries a faint scent of flowers, small, shy blossoms blooming near the old nests. Their petals open just after the rain, glowing softly in the dim light. The smell is delicate, fresh and powdery, the kind of scent that drifts and lingers without ever needing to be noticed. It mixes with the aroma of wet moss, fern, and clean sand, forming a quiet melody of life. The nests themselves sit beneath tall trees, half covered by leaves and soft shadows. The earth around them is dark and moist, dotted with tiny green shoots that reach upward toward the fading sun. The smell of the soil changes with each breath, sometimes deep and heavy, sometimes light and sweet. It feels alive, as if the ground itself is breathing along with you. The air hums with calm. Small insects move lazily through the mist, their wings too damp to fly far. Water gathers at the edges of leaves, forming drops that fall every few seconds, tapping softly against the ground. Each sound feels part of the same rhythm. Drip, sigh, stillness. The mothers near the nest stay close, their bodies warming the earth beneath them. The scent of damp feathers and sun-baked soil blends together, earthy and soothing. The world has just been washed, and everything feels new again. It's as if the planet has exhaled after a long, peaceful breath. You can imagine yourself sitting there, the rain easing to a gentle mist. You breathe in deeply, and the air fills your chest like a soft wave. The smell of life surrounds you, green and gold, sweet and grounding. It's the kind of scent that makes your heart slow down, your thoughts grow quiet, your body melt into the calm. Even the smallest movements, a leaf falling, a drop sliding from a fern, a flower opening, release new notes into the air. The earth smells like a story that never ends. Every scent tells you something ancient, that life has always been gentle, that time can move slowly, that peace is found in stillness. The nests remain hidden beneath the ferns, safe and silent. The eggs inside rest beneath the faint warmth of the mothers and the soft cool of the air. The scent of the world wraps around them, the promise of rain, the sweetness of flowers, the steady breath of soil. Everything is connected in this moment, balanced, perfect, serene. The rain finally stops. The last drops slide quietly into the sand. A warm breeze moves through the trees, carrying away the mist, but the smell remains deep and peaceful, the scent of the earth after rain. You breathe it in once more, slow and full, letting it rest inside you. The earth's calm becomes your calm. The rhythm of the rain becomes your breath. The world feels clean, quiet, safe. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a sky without edges, without smoke, without sound. The air is open and endless, stretching farther than any eye could see. It is a sky of the ancient world, pure and wide, a soft ocean of color floating above the quiet earth. The day begins slowly. The first light of dawn spills gently across the land, painting the clouds in shades of rose and gold. There is no rush, no noise, only a calm unfolding. The sun climbs upward with patience, its rays spreading like warm fingers through the mist. The light touches the tops of the trees, glimmers on the still rivers, and lingers softly over the nests hidden beneath ferns. The sky is alive but silent. Gentle clouds drift like slow dreams, never in a hurry, their shapes changing as if they are thinking quietly to themselves. Sometimes they part to reveal a soft, glowing blue that feels endless, comforting, deep. The air moves in easy rhythms, carrying the scent of flowers, soil, and ancient rain. The warmth of the sunlight hugs the earth, not harsh or blinding, but soft, like hands cupped around a small flame. You can almost feel it, the steady warmth on your face, the quiet weight of the air, the way the world moves when nothing is trying to be loud. The sky above feels closer in this age, more like a companion than a ceiling. It breathes with the planet, shifting and sighing as the day grows. When clouds gather, they do so gracefully. No storms roar here. The rain falls when it must, gentle and warm, washing the leaves and cooling the nests. Sunlight filters through even then, turning the falling drops into strings of light. The whole world glows softly, as if wrapped inside a slow heartbeat. As the day stretches on, the colors change. The blue deepens, the edges of clouds burn softly gold, and the horizon begins to blush with orange and rose. There are no buildings to block the view, no smoke to dull the colors. The sky belongs to itself. It bends down to touch the forests, to kiss the rivers, to wrap around the mountains. It holds everything beneath it in calm silence. When the first shadows lengthen, the air cools, and the sounds of the earth grow even softer. The wind hums gently through the trees, carrying dust and light together. The nests rest beneath this great sky, the eggs still and safe. They seem small, but they are part of this vast, breathing world, cradled by the land, watched over by the open air. You can imagine lying there, looking up. The clouds drift slowly overhead, glowing with the colors of the setting sun. Amber, pink, violet, then blue again. No noise, no movement but the wind. The light fades gently, and the first stars appear, faint and shy at first, then bright and kind. The whole sky turns into a blanket of soft silver, comforting and deep. The air cools around you, but it carries no chill, only the calm of evening. The day slips quietly into night, and the moon begins to rise, carrying the same peace forward. The world remains hushed, as if holding its breath in awe of its own beauty. This was the sky of the beginning, wide, kind, patient. The sky that watched over the first lives, the first breaths, the first dreams. It asked for nothing and gave everything: warmth, color, peace. And even now, above all the noise and light of today, that same sky remains old, endless, waiting for you to see it again. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a gentle river winding through the ancient world. It moves slowly between trees and over smooth stones, glimmering under the soft light of morning. The air around it is cool and heavy with the scent of moss and water. No noise, no rush, only the calm sound of movement, steady and sure, as if the earth itself were breathing through the river's song. Near its edge, the nests lie quiet. The sand is damp and dark, shaped by the river's slow rhythm. Every few moments, a soft wave rolls up, touches the shore, and slides back again. It doesn't break or crash. It sighs. The sound is soft and round, the kind of sound that settles in the heart and stays. The eggs rest in the gentle warmth of the sand, half buried and safe, cradled between the steady earth and the living water. The sunlight dances across the surface of the river, forming ripples of gold and silver that shimmer like moving stars. Sometimes the light bends just enough to reach the nest, flickering softly over the shells, as if the water itself were blessing the lives within. The reflection play across the leaves, the trees, the air, turning everything into slow, glowing motion. Beneath the surface, the water hums with quiet life. Tiny fish move in gentle patterns, their scales flashing like coins in the current. Small insects float and drift, skimming across the calm top of the water. The world here is alive, but peaceful. Every creature knowing its place, every sound blending into the next. You can almost hear it now, the soft trickle as a river bends around stones, the whisper of reeds brushing together in the wind, the distant song of frogs calling low and slow. It is a perfect harmony, each note resting gently against the next, forming a lullaby that never ends. The dinosaurs know this peace. The mothers stay close to the nest, sometimes dipping their heads to drink, sometimes watching the ripples spread. The air near the river is always cooler, the breeze filled with a faint taste of water and life. When the sun grows strong, they move to the shade of the ferns, but the nests remain near the shore, where the sound of the river keeps the world calm. The sand here tells stories. Each wave leaves behind tiny trails, footprints of small creatures that wandered out during the night. Maybe a frog, maybe an insect, maybe just a path of a leaf carried by the breeze. When morning light falls, those marks fade again, washed smooth by another gentle ripple. The earth and water share their wake, keeping the nest safe, keeping the world clean. Sometimes, rain joins the river. The drops fall softly, creating new rings that spread and vanish, one after another, like time itself moving in circles. The nests stay quiet beneath the leaves. The water rises just enough to kiss the edges of the sand. The sound deepens, richer now, a low hum that seems to carry the heartbeat of the world. You can feel it in your own breath, the same rhythm, in and out, soft and slow. The same peace the river brings to its banks moves through you too. Every sound of the water is a promise that even when the world changes, the flow continues, calm and eternal. As the sun sets, the surface glows orange and pink. The river slows even more, like it is preparing to sleep. The last waves reach the nests, touching the sand once more before drifting away into night. The little lives rest, the air still hums, and the river keeps its soft, endless song. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine time itself slowing down, softer than sleep, quieter than breath. The world around you begins to fade, colors turning gentle, sounds melting into stillness. The forest, the rivers, the nests, everything rests beneath a calm, endless sky. Life breathes once more, then sighs, then settles into silence. Far below the surface, where the air never reaches, the earth begins its secret work. The old nest that once held fragile eggs lie buried under layers of sand and soil. Rain falls, then dries, then falls again. Each drop carries with it the smallest pieces of the world, grains of dust, fragments of stone, whispers of time. Slowly, patiently, the layers grow. The eggs, once warm and full of life, remain still. Their soft shells begin to harden. The spaces inside fill not with air, but with minerals carried by water. Bit by bit, the delicate curves of those shells turn to stone. Every crack, every shape, every small line is preserved exactly as it was, the earth copying the memory of what once lived. It happens so slowly that even time forgets to measure. The years stretch into thousands, then millions. The forests above change, trees rise and fall, rivers move, mountains shift. But deep below, the nests sleep. The earth wraps them in silence, in darkness, in care. It does not rush, it knows how to wait. You can almost imagine it, the soft touch of water moving through stone, the quiet pulse of the planet shaping what remains. There is no sound, no light, only patience. The world is keeping its secrets, turning fragile shells into forever. Sometimes, the pressure of the earth presses close, shaping the stone tighter, sealing the memory deep within. Sometimes, minerals of color drift in, tiny sparks of iron or crystal, painting the fossils with shades of red, gold, or gray. Each one becomes unique, like a sleeping dream turned solid. And while the world above changes, new creatures, new skies, new stories, those ancient eggs remain below, resting quietly, holding their place in time. Inside the stone, the shape of the past endures, the curve of an egg, the faint mark of a heartbeat that once was. The earth does not forget. Millions of years pass, but to the fossils, it feels like one long moment of peace. They lie hidden beneath mountains, beneath oceans, beneath the roots of new forests. The world hums softly above them, and still they keep their silence, their gentle secret, that life once began here, warm and small, inside a shell of light. One day, far in the future, curious hands brush away the dust and find them again. The stone gleams faintly in the sunlight. The shape is perfect, smooth, round, eternal. The scientist who finds it breathes quietly, knowing that what they hold is not just stone, but memory. A story carried through time by the patience of the earth. You can almost feel that stillness, the calm of something so old, so peaceful, resting deep below. The world moves fast now, but down there, time still drifts like mist. No hurry, no noise, only the long sleep of history. Every fossil is a whisper from a time that never truly ended. The life inside is gone, but the love, the warmth, the rhythm of the earth remain. The eggs became stone, but their story never stopped. And as you breathe slowly, you are part of that same long memory. The way time holds you gently, the way the earth remembers everything that rests upon it. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine time not as a clock or a line, but as a breath, long, soft, and endless. The world inhales and exhales in slow motion. Mountains rise and fall like gentle waves. Forests grow, rest, and return to dust. Rivers change their paths, seas come and go, and through it all, the earth keeps breathing. It has been this way for millions of years. The sound of time is not loud. It is a quiet hum of wind through trees, the steady lap of waves against sand, the slow growth of roots deep below the ground. Every heartbeat, every raindrop, every whisper of air is part of the same rhythm. Somewhere within this slow, endless breath, the memory of life remains. The tiniest eggs that once rested in warm nests are still remembered, not in sound or sight, but in the deep patience of the earth. Each one became part of the story, folded gently into the soil, into the stone, into the air you breathe now. You can almost feel it, the calm pool of time flowing around you, through you. It isn't rushing forward. It drifts like mist curling over a quiet lake at dawn. Time does not erase. It transforms. It turns warmth into memory, motion into rest, fragility into stone. Imagine those ancient nests again, long buried beneath layers of sand and rain. The world above them changed. Skies turned from blue to gray. Forests became oceans. Deserts became meadows. Yet deep below, the eggs stayed still, untouched, waiting for their next form. In those slow ages, time whispered to everything it touched. To the mountains, it said, grow. To the rivers, flow. To the fossils, rest. And to the stars above, it said nothing, for they already knew how to wait. Even now, the same whisper continues. The air carries it when the wind moves through trees. The rain carries it when it touches the ground. The sea hums it when the tides return. It is a voice of the earth remembering every leaf, every shell, every breath ever taken. If you listen quietly, you can hear it too. It sounds like silence, but softer, a kind of music made by patience. The kind that makes you slow down without knowing why. The kind that feels like the world is holding you, steady and kind. The stars above you have been shining since before those first eggs were ever laid. They have watched every change, every passing of time. They watch the dinosaurs come and go, the forests bloom and fade, the oceans rise and fall. Yet to them, it was all one long sigh, the slow rhythm of a universe that never forgets. You are breathing that same ancient air now. The molecules that move through you have moved through trees, rivers, even the lungs of creatures long gone. Time does not keep things apart. It weaves them together. It makes everything one. The eggs in the sand, the stars above, the breath within you. The whisper of time is soft but endless. It says that nothing truly disappears. Every heartbeat, every moment of care, every spark of life leaves a trace somewhere, in the soil, in the air, in memory. Nature remembers everything. And as the night deepens, you become part of that memory too, calm, timeless, at peace. The same air, the same rhythm, the same gentle whisper flowing through the world. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a world where nothing needs to move. The air is soft, the sky wide and pale, and the earth lies still beneath it all, quiet, breathing, at peace. The forests stand tall and silent, their leaves hanging motionless in the warm air. No footsteps, no sound of wings, no rustle of fear. Only stillness, perfect and deep. In that stillness, everything finds its place. The branches rest against the wind, the rivers slow to gentle glimmers, and the air feels thick with calm. The sunlight filters through the trees in thin golden threads, unmoving, like light caught in water. Even time itself seems to pause, lingering between one heartbeat and the next. The nests rest quietly in this peaceful world. The sand has cooled, the air is soft, and the tiny eggs lie untouched. Their round shapes are smooth against the earth, their color blending with the soil and shadows. Nothing disturbs them. Even the wind, when it passes, does so kindly, brushing lightly, then fading away again. You can almost feel it, the peace of a moment that doesn't ask for anything. The kind of silence that fills you slowly, like warm light seeping through skin. It isn't empty. It's full of life resting, gathering its strength, waiting for the next breath of movement. The earth knows that stillness is as important as action, that rest is what keeps life balanced. Above the trees, clouds drift lazily, too gentle to cast shadows. The air hums softly with warmth. Tiny drops of dew cling to leaves that do not tremble. Even the insects are quiet, their wings folded, their songs asleep. Somewhere far away, water murmurs faintly. But here, near the nest, the world holds its breath. It's a rare kind of calm, the kind that feels endless, yet light as a sigh. The earth below is rich and warm, the air above cool and sweet. Between them lies the space where peace is born. You can sense the balance everywhere. In the roots that stretch deep but never hurry, in the seeds that sleep beneath the soil, in the rhythm of air and silence dancing together. The dinosaurs move slowly in this hour. Some stand still, eyes half closed, bodies swaying gently with the wind. Others lie down beside the trees, their heads resting against the ground. They do not hunt, they do not call, they only breathe, long and slow, joining the stillness around them. You can imagine being there, standing in the middle of that quiet world. The forest floor soft beneath your feet, the air warm against your face. The only sound is your own heartbeat, calm, steady, echoing the heartbeat of the earth. You breathe in deeply, and the world breathes with you. The beauty of stillness is not in what happens, but in what doesn't. It's in the moments that ask for nothing, demand nothing, change nothing. The world does not need noise to be alive. It needs quiet to stay whole. In the calm, the balance holds. The rivers know when to move again. The winds know when to return. The creatures know when to rise. But for now, for this moment, everything rests. The earth is dreaming, and you are part of its dream. So stay in that stillness a little longer. Feel how time softens around you, how the world feels safe in its silence. The same quiet that once filled the ancient forest still fills the air tonight. It's waiting for you, patient and kind, asking you only to rest. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, As you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a quiet room where time seems to move slower than anywhere else. The lights are soft and pale, falling over tables covered in sand-colored stone. Everything is still, everything is calm. The only sound is a faint scratch of a brush moving gently over the surface of rock. A scientist bends close, their breath slow, their movements careful. They are not trying to find treasure, they are trying to listen. Before them lies a fossil, shaped like an egg, smooth and gray from millions of years of sleep. The scientist doesn't rush. They know that each small motion must be gentle. They lift a brush, dusting away grains no bigger than whispers, uncovering a piece of time that has not seen sunlight since the ancient forests. Around them, the air feels heavy with patience. No one speaks loudly here. The walls are lined with quiet shelves, each holding the remains of lives long gone. Bones, shells, stones that once were warm. The scientists move like caretakers in a dream, uncovering history one breath at a time. The tools they use are simple: small brushes, fine needles, soft clods. Sometimes they breathe on the fossil lightly to see how the surface changes under warmth. Each touch is like turning a page in a fragile, sacred book. They know that what they hold is not just stone, but memory. Inside that stone might still rest a faint shape of a creature unborn, the curve of a shell, the outline of tiny bones, the echo of a heartbeat that lived and vanished before humanity existed. You can almost imagine their hands, steady and calm. The movements are small but filled with purpose. Each stroke of the brush removes a little dust. Each breath brings the past closer. They don't rush, because the earth took millions of years to make these secrets, and rushing would be like waking a dream too soon. Sometimes, when they uncover a perfect fossil, they sit quietly for a long while. They look at it not with excitement, but with awe, as though the stone itself is speaking, and they must listen. The fossils do not shout their stories. They whisper, and only patient hearts can hear. In other rooms, the air hums softly with gentle machines. Lights glow over microscopes. Screens show shapes too small for the eye to see, the thin walls of shells, the tiny veins of minerals. Scientists watch closely, tracing the patterns of time, learning how warmth, water, and pressure turn fragile eggs into forever. The work is slow, but it must be. The world's deepest truths are not found in speed, but in silence. In those moments of stillness, a scientist and a fossil share something rare, the meeting of two kinds of patience. One made by time, one made by care. Outside, the modern world moves quickly. Engines hum, clocks tick, cities glow. But inside that quiet lab, the past and the present breathe together. The scientist brushes away the dust of millions of years, and for a moment, the earth remembers its youth. The sound of the brush, the smell of stone, the soft light, everything becomes calm, timeless. You can feel that same peace now, the quiet focus, the steady rhythm, the gentle care. The world may rush, but you don't need to. Time will wait. It always has. The scientist sets down the brush, takes one last breath, and smiles. The fossil glows faintly under the light, the shape of an egg, still holding the memory of warmth. Somewhere in the silence, the past whispers thank you, and the world exhales again, slowly, softly, as if remembering how to rest. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the earth holding its oldest memories close. Beneath mountains, under rivers, deep inside silent stone, stories still sleep. Stories written not in words, but in shapes and closeness. Fossils that once were lives, resting side by side, just as they did in the warmth of long ago sunlight. Sometimes, when scientists brush away the dust of ages, they find something more than bones or shells. They find tenderness, a curve of stone where a mother once curled around her eggs, a row of tiny bodies pressed close together, still touching after millions of years. The earth kept them like that, carefully, as if it knew that love was something too precious to lose. In one place, they find the outline of a great mother dinosaur, her neck curved protectively over her nest. Her eggs, long turned to stone, lie in a perfect circle beneath her chest. The position is gentle, her body forming a shelter even in death. She never moved again, but time chose to keep her there, a reminder of care that even silence could not erase. In another place, They find the footprints of small ones beside larger ones, walking side by side through soft mud that later became rock. You can almost see it if you close your eyes. The small steps quick and close, the large ones slow and steady. A family moving together through sunlight and rain, unaware that their love will be written forever in the ground beneath them. The fossils do not speak, yet they tell everything. The way they rest together says it all, that life was not only about survival, but about belonging. That kindness lived in every age, in every form, from feathered wings to scaled tails. That even before there were words for love, there was love itself. You can almost feel it now, that warmth lingering between the stones. The air around these fossils feels different, softer, like the earth itself remembers. When people find them, they often grow quiet, their voices slowing, their hands careful. They sense what they are touching is more than time. It is devotion made eternal. The earth doesn't preserve everything. Leaves vanish, feathers fade, rivers forget their paths. But sometimes it chooses what to keep, and often it keeps the gentle things. The curve of a mother's body around her young, the way small shapes gather beneath her, the stillness of love frozen in stone. In museums today, those fossils rest beneath soft lights. Visitors walk slowly past, whispering without knowing why. The silence feels sacred, as though the air itself asks for calm. And maybe it does. Maybe, in that moment, people can feel something that doesn't belong to science alone, something ancient and human at once. Because love does not belong to one time or one kind of life. It is part of the world's design, flowing quietly through everything that has ever breathed. It's in the way the sun warms the earth, the way rivers feed the land, the way a parent watches over a child, even when they are only waiting in stillness. Those fossils remind us that care is not forgotten, that even when bodies fade and names are lost, the act of love remains. The earth remembers it, keeps it, and shows it to us gently when we are ready to see. So as you breathe now, think of that closeness, the way lives once leaned together, the way time itself cradled a memory. That same kindness hums quietly in your chest, in your breath, in the rhythm of life that continues on. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the slow turning of the world. The air you breathe begins to stretch across ages, across seasons that never stop changing. The forests that once hummed with life grow quiet, their trees bowing to time. The rivers shift, the mountains rise and crumble, and the world begins to reshape itself, not in anger, but in calm, patient rhythm. Once, the air was thick and warm, filled with the calls of creatures long gone. Ferns reached high into the mist, and sunlight filtered through endless green. But time moves like water, gentle, unstoppable. The leaves that once danced in the wind fell and never rose again. The trees turned to earth. The soil became sand. And where forests once stood, golden deserts now breathe. The wind hums softly across those empty plains. It carries no sorrow, only memory. It remembers the shade of the old trees, the coolness of the rivers, the songs of the creatures that once walked there. It whispers them into the dunes, letting their echoes live in every grain. Nature forgets nothing. She only transforms. The nests that once rested under ferns now lie deep below, hidden beneath layers of dust and time. The soft eggs that once glowed with warmth turned to stone, their round shapes preserved in silence. The world above them changed again and again. Oceans came and went. Ice covered the valleys. Rain fell where once there was sun. Yet beneath it all, those tiny stones remained still, unchanged, patient. You can almost feel it. The slow pulse of the earth beneath your feet, the steady shift of soil and sand. It is not destruction, it is renewal. Nature never ends. She only trades one form for another, the way day becomes night and night becomes dawn again. In the deserts, new life appeared, small, quiet, adapted to the sun. The wind carved patterns into the rocks, painting them with lines of gold and rust. The same minerals that once flowed through dinosaur eggs now glimmer in the stones around you. The world carries its own memory in color, texture, and light. Even where it seems empty, life remains. A seed hides beneath the sand, waiting for rain. A bird crosses the sky, tracing paths once flown by winged ancestors. The rhythm continues, changed but unbroken. Time has folded the earth into layers, ancient bones beneath new soil, seas where mountains once stood. Everything that was still exists, just in another shape. The forest became sand, the eggs became stone, the air became light. And still, the planet breathes, turning slowly in its endless dream. You can imagine standing at the edge of that desert now, the wind brushing gently against your skin. The sun hangs low, warm and kind. The horizon glows faintly pink, the same color that once touched the forests long ago. Even in silence, the world feels alive. Every grain of sand holds a story. Every breeze carries a whisper of what was and what will be again. The earth never mourns its past. It carries it quietly, layer upon layer, turning memory into beauty. The same soil that once cradled nests now stretches into vast plains that glitter under moonlight. The same minerals that once fed life now shine in stone. The world has changed, yes, but never stopped being itself. And as you breathe, you move with it, one small heartbeat in a long, eternal rhythm. Everything changes. Everything continues. The story never ends. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine that the whole planet is sleeping with you. The air grows still, the light fades, and the hum of the world softens until only silence remains. Beneath your feet, deep under oceans, forests, and deserts, the earth breathes, long, slow, endless breaths, like your own. It rests the way you do, not in emptiness, but in quiet renewal. There are times when the world moves quickly, storms crossing the sky, rivers rushing to the sea, volcanoes glowing in the dark. But even the earth needs its pauses. Between the great movements of time, it settles into calm. Mountains stop rising for a while, the oceans sleep beneath their waves, the winds grow gentle, and the world folds itself into rest. You can almost feel it now, that low, steady pulse under everything. The rhythm of tides, of day and night, of growth and stillness. Just as your body restores itself when you sleep, the earth restores itself in silence. Forests regrow, rivers carve new paths, the air clears, and the soil drinks deeply from the rain. Nature knows the value of slowing down. The sleep of the earth is not measured in hours or nights. It stretches across centuries, sometimes across ages. A forest may fall into slumber beneath ice, only to awaken again in a new spring thousands of years later. A desert may rest beneath stars, dreaming of rain. Even mountains sleep, their fires cooling deep within, waiting for the moment they will rise once more. When you breathe in slowly, you share that same rhythm. Each inhale is like the tide returning. Each exhale is like the earth releasing its warmth back to the sky. Inside you, there is a smaller reflection of that same peace, cycles of rest, of healing, of quiet strength returning. You and the world are made of the same calm design. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the earth dreaming. The whisper of wind through trees, the slow song of waves, the hum of distant air, they are the sounds of the planet at rest. Even silence has its voice. It is a sound of balance, of everything working together softly. The sleep of the earth is never wasted time. In its quiet moments, it heals what was broken. Seeds find their way into the ground. Rocks shift and settle. Rivers learn new songs. The world reshapes itself without noise or rush. It is the same with you. Every night, as you drift into rest, your own world inside begins to heal. Your heart slows, your thoughts quiet, your body remembers how to renew itself. In this shared stillness, you are not separate from the earth. You are part of its slow heartbeat. When you rest, the world feels it. When the world rests, it cradles you. The connection is invisible but endless, the same pattern written into both sky and skin. Now imagine the planet turning slowly beneath a blanket of clouds. The sun is hidden, the stars stretch above like tiny lanterns. Everything sleeps, oceans calm, forests sway lightly in their dreams. Even the wind curls up in the hollows of the land. Time pauses, just long enough to remember peace. You are safe within that rhythm, held by a planet that knows rest, that values stillness as much as motion. The same patience that keeps the earth turning keeps your body calm tonight. So breathe with it. Feel the slow pulse beneath you, the heartbeat of a world at peace. Let the earth's sleep become your own. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the quiet beneath your feet. Deep under the sand, far below the roots of grass and the reach of rain, the earth still holds a memory of a time long gone. The old nests lie there, untouched and silent, and within them, the fossilized eggs sleep, not empty, not forgotten, but dreaming. They do not dream the way we do. Their dreams are slower, softer, like light filtered through water. They dream in color and warmth, of sunlight that once touched their shells, of breezes that carried the scent of wet ferns, of a mother's shadow stretched across the sand. They dream of stillness, of soft earth, of time passing gently above them. The sand remembers, too. It hums faintly with the warmth it once held, the same warmth that wrapped those eggs millions of years ago. Each grain has touched life and light. Each one has traveled through wind and water and found its place again here, as if time were tucking the world in for a long, gentle rest. Sometimes the dreams rise through the layers, like whispers through soil. A faint shimmer in the air, a glint of mineral, a pulse of warmth in the cool ground. Small signs that the past still moves, very slowly, deep below. The eggs are stone now, but within their silence lives a memory of breath, of heartbeat, of waiting. You can almost feel their dreams, not of movement, but of peace. They do not wish to return to the world. They are content where they are. Their shells hold stories of rain and wind and sun, stories the earth listens to with patience. The fossils dream of a world full of life, of green forests and golden skies, of rivers beside nests and moonlight over sleeping plains. Their dreams are calm, full of the same steady love that once watched over them. Above, the desert stretches wide, golden under the sun, silver under the stars. The wind moves softly, shaping ripples in the sand, and though no one can see it, each curve follows the rhythm of those ancient dreams below. The earth and the fossils breathe together, one in motion, one at rest, keeping balance between life and memory. It is strange and beautiful how something so still can still hold feeling. Even turned to stone, the eggs seem to remember warmth. Perhaps it is not memory at all, but the earth's own kindness, keeping the shape of what was loved, refusing to let it vanish. Every fossil is a small promise that nothing truly good disappears. It only changes form. You can imagine touching the ground there, the sand warm beneath your palm. For a moment, it feels alive, a faint vibration, like a heartbeat deep in the soil. That is a dream of the earth, the slow rhythm that never stops. It runs through rock and water and time, through everything that ever lived. When night comes, the stars shine above the desert, and their light touches the sand. For a few quiet moments, the world above and the world below seem to meet. The stars glowing in the sky, and the old eggs glowing faintly in the dark earth. Both are ancient, both full of silent dreams. And as you breathe slowly, you become part of that same dreaming. You, the stars, the sand, and the fossils, all resting, all remembering, all at peace. The warmth of the past lingers like a soft hum, holding you in its calm. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine a world that no longer makes a sound, but once did. A long time ago, before the deserts, before the silence, the air was full of voices, tiny, fragile, and alive. The sound of baby dinosaurs calling softly from their nests drifted through the warm air, blending with the hum of insects and the rustle of leaves. It was the music of the earth's youth, tender, hopeful, and free. You can almost hear it if you listen closely enough. It wasn't loud or wild. It was gentle, like the coo of a bird or the sigh of a breeze. Each call was small, yet it filled the air with meaning. A baby searching for its mother, a quiet chirp from the safety of a nest, the soft rhythm of life just beginning. The world then was full of such songs, layered one over another, like a lullaby sung by nature itself. Those sounds are gone now, but not truly lost. The earth remembers them. It has carried them in its soil and stone, hidden deep within its quiet heart. When the wind moves across the plains at dusk, it sometimes carries faint echoes, not real sounds, but the memory of them. A whisper through the sand, a tremor in the air, a note so soft that only the soul can hear. The baby dinosaurs grew, their voices changing with the seasons. Some sang short, bright tones as they played in the sunlight. Others murmured softly to one another in the cool shade of the ferns. The air around them was alive with warmth, with communication, with care. Even in a world ruled by survival, tenderness existed, and it had a sound. As night came, the forests were quiet, but never completely. Somewhere, deep in the leaves, tiny sounds continued, soft breaths, gentle movements, the last sleepy calls of the young to their parents. Those were the final notes before darkness, before stillness. It was nature's lullaby, sung by the oldest voices to the newest hearts. Time, patient and kind, gathered those sounds and tucked them away. As the ages passed, the forest faded, the rivers dried, and the world grew still. Yet under the surface, the echoes remained, resting like dreams beneath layers of earth. They became part of the soil, the same way warmth becomes part of the sun or light becomes part of dawn. When the wind moves through tall grass now, it sometimes sounds like breathing. When rain falls on dry ground, it sometimes hums like faint music. Those are not new sounds, they are reminders. The planet, even after millions of years, hums softly with its own memory. The lullabies of the past are still there, blending with the rhythm of the present. You can imagine standing in a quiet valley at dusk. The air is cool and golden, the light fading gently. You hear nothing at first, only the silence. Then, in that stillness, something stays, a feeling, not quite a sound. It's the echo of those ancient songs, carried through the air, faint as a heartbeat, deep as a sky. You feel it in your chest more than your age, the vibration of life that never truly ends. The earth is the keeper of all its music. Every note, every cry, every sigh of wind or wing has been recorded in its endless rhythm. Even the voices of creatures long gone are not erased. They are simply sleeping, woven into the deep hum of existence. And as you breathe now, you join that same song, quiet, steady, eternal. Your breath, the air, the stars, and the sleeping earth all move to the same slow melody. The song that began before time continues still. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine the world as it was long ago, wrapped in quiet darkness. The sun has slipped beneath the horizon, leaving a trail of soft gold fading into deep blue. One by one, the stars awaken, tiny, steady lights scattered across an endless sky. Their glow falls over the ancient earth, gentle and cool, like silver dust settling on everything that lives and sleeps below. The forest sigh as night arrives. The tall ferns sway in the soft wind, their leaves whispering in a language older than words. The air carries the scent of damp soil and distant rain. Everything is slower now, the rivers, the wind, even the heartbeat of the planet. It feels as though time itself is stretched thin, preparing the world for rest. In the quiet clearings where the nests lie, the sand glows faintly under the moonlight. The round shapes of the eggs are still and peaceful, half buried, half shining. The air around them is calm, warm enough to comfort, cool enough to soothe. The mothers sleep nearby, their bodies motionless, their breathing deep and steady. Every sound, every breath, belongs to the rhythm of peace. The night is alive, but softly. Insects hum like faraway music. The leaves rustle with tender motion. A stream nearby murmurs to itself, its voice low and endless. The stars reflect in its surface, trembling with the slightest ripple. Everything seems to exist in harmony. The air, the water, the sand, the sleeping creatures, all moving together in slow, perfect time. You can almost feel the wind brushing through the ferns, cool, gentle, full of stories. It has traveled far across mountains and seas, carrying the scent of flowers, a wet earth, or the quiet breath of the world. When it passes over the nests, it lingers for a moment, as if blessing them with calm. The sand shivers softly, the eggs remain still, and the air fills with a deep, peaceful hum. Above, the moon shines full and kind. Its light touches the forest floor, painting it in shades of silver and gray. Shadows stretch softly across the ground, moving as the wind stays the leaves. Even the tallest trees seem to lean into the stillness, their branches swaying in slow sleep. The earth feels vast, but safe, a cradle for everything resting within it. You can imagine lying there, watching the sky through the breaks in the trees. The stars seem closer here, as if they are watching too, their light falling softly like comfort. The constellations are different, older, shapes the world is forgotten, but the sky still remembers. They shine not to be seen, but to keep the darkness gentle. Every living thing knows this peace. The rivers slow their flow. The insects quiet. The night birds settle on branches. Even the wind pauses now and then, leaving a silence so complete that it feels like the earth's own heartbeat has become still. Yet in that stillness, there is warmth, and in that warmth, life continues, quiet, hidden, waiting for dawn. The nests rest untouched, holding their secrets beneath the stars. The soft sand keeps them safe, the air keeps them cool, and the night keeps them calm. The world above them dreams, not of tomorrow, but of peace. You are part of that same calm now. The same starlight touches you. The same wind that brushed through ferns long ago still moves through the air tonight. The world that once was still hums gently beneath you, carrying every breath, every sound, every moment into the great, peaceful night. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine time not as something passing, but as a soft hand moving gently across the world. It does not hurry, it does not take, it only changes, slowly, patiently, turning what was into what will be. The earth has always known this rhythm, the quiet touch of transformation that keeps everything alive, even in stillness. Once, there was life everywhere, footsteps in wet sand, wings brushing against ferns, hearts beating under the sun. Then, there was silence, but the silence was never empty. Time came, tender and sure, wrapping every memory in its care. It turned warmth into color, breath into soil, sound into stone. Nothing was lost, it only shifted, the way day becomes night, or song becomes echo. The eggs that once glowed in sunlight began to cool. The tiny lives inside had finished their part in the great story. Time covered them gently, layer by layer, folding them into the earth's slow heartbeat. The shells became hard, the warmth became memory, the memory became stone. Each change was quiet, almost like sleep. You can imagine it happening, not suddenly, not harshly, but as a long sigh through the ages. Time has no need for speed. It holds everything softly, like a caretaker. It knows how to preserve beauty without needing it to stay the same. The dinosaurs faded, the forest shifted, the rivers moved, and through it all, time carried every detail with kindness. Even the smallest things were remembered. The curve of a shell, the mark of a claw, the faint pattern of a leaf pressed into mud. Time kept them all, like a collector of moments. Millions of years passed, but nothing was truly gone. Everything that once was simply became part of something else. Sometimes, time feels distant, like a force too vast to touch. But if you listen, it's closer than you think. It's in the way your breath slows when you rest, in the way the world pauses between heartbeats. The same patience that turns mountains to dust and dust to stone is a patience that lives inside you. It is the same gentle hand that helps you heal, the same quiet rhythm that carries you toward peace. The earth never fears time. It trusts it. When forests fall, new life grows in the open light. When oceans rise, they bring new creatures into being. When stone crumbles, the dust becomes soil, and the cycle begins again. Nothing is truly gone, it only changes shape. You can almost see it, the great circle of life and rest, of creation and return. Time is the artist of it all, painting with slow strokes of sunlight, wind, and rain. It smooths rough edges, fills cracks, softens the sharpness of loss. It takes what once hurt and makes it beautiful again. The old eggs sleep still beneath the earth, but they are not forgotten. Time holds them, the way a mother holds a child. It has turned them into something eternal, not alive, yet never dead, just part of the planet's long memory, resting quietly beneath layers of light and silence. The gentle hand of time touches you, too. It smooths the noise of the day, quiets the edges of thought, and reminds you that everything finds its peace eventually. Life becomes memory, memory becomes stone, and stone becomes calm, each stage a softer version of the one before. So breathe, slowly. Feel how time moves through you, kind and unhurried. It is not here to take, but to care, to turn every moment into something gentle, something lasting, something whole. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep. Tonight, as you close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away, imagine lie beneath an ancient sky. The stars stretch above you, countless, silent, eternal. They are watched over everything that ever lived. The forests that grew and fell, the rivers that carved through stone, the eggs that once rested warm in the sand. Their light has crossed ages to reach you, and now it falls softly on your skin like a whisper from another time. The air is cool and gentle. It moves slowly over the earth, carrying the scent of soil, of old trees, of quiet water. You can feel it brush against your face, like a hand smoothing your hair, like the world itself asking you to rest. Far away, the horizon glows faintly with the last light of day, a soft golden line fading into deep blue. The colors blend, then disappear, leaving only the stars to shine. You lie on the ground, and it feels alive beneath you, steady, solid, warm from the sun that has just gone. Beneath the surface, the same earth holds memories of everything that ever was. The eggs turn to stone, the roots of ancient trees, the bones of creatures that once walked, once breathed, once sang. All of them are part of this same planet, this same quiet rhythm that hums below you even now. The stars above do not move quickly. They drift with the patience of the universe. They have seen millions of nights like this one, when the world falls silent, when everything sleeps, when even the wind seems to pause in thought. They remember the shimmer of rivers that no longer flow, the flutter of wings that no longer beat, and the soft rustle of ferns that once reached toward them. Yet their light remains the same, calm, endless, forgiving. You can almost hear the slow music of the sky. It isn't sound, exactly. It's something deeper, the rhythm of being, the soft pulse of time itself. The stars hum faintly, their light vibrating through the dark, through the air, through you. It's the same sound that has always been there, the one the Earth's heart beats in harmony with. The same sound the baby dinosaurs once heard as they dreamed in their nests. The night is vast, but it does not feel lonely. The stars are too many for that. Each one is a companion, watching over you, steady and bright. Some flicker softly, as if winking, others glow with unwavering light. You are small beneath them, but not forgotten. You are part of the same quiet miracle they have witnessed forever, life resting, the world turning, the endless cycle of peace returning again and again. You breathe in deeply. The air tastes clean, cool, and old. Every breath you take has passed through the trees, the rivers, the clouds, the lungs of creatures long gone. You are breathing the same air that moved through the ancient world, the same breath that cooled the egg in the sand, that carried the scent of rain through the forest, that lifted the cries of the young toward the stars. Nothing is ever truly gone. It only becomes part of everything else. The ground beneath you feels softer now. The heartbeat of the planet moves through it, slow and deep. It's a rhythm older than sound, older than thought. The world dreaming, steady and sure. You can imagine the fossils below, resting in their quiet layers, dreaming too. They do not stir, but they remember the warmth, the wind, the soft touch of sunlight that once kissed their shells. The earth holds them the way the sky holds stars, lovingly, endlessly, with no need for words. You feel smaller with every breath, but in the best way, as if you're becoming lighter, quieter, closer to peace. The stars seem to draw nearer, their light wrapping around you like a blanket made of silver dust. You are part of their glow now, part of the same calm that has blanketed the earth for all time. In the distance, you imagine gentle sounds, the whisper of ferns brushing together, the sigh of wind moving through the valleys, the slow trickle of water over stone. They come together like a lullaby, soft and familiar. It is the same song the world has always sung to itself when it sleeps. You do not need to remember it. Your body already knows it. Every breath, every heartbeat follows its rhythm. Above you, the stars shimmer. Beneath you, the earth breathes. Around you, the air moves in long, soft waves. Everything is still, but everything is alive. You are lying where countless others have rested. The same sky, the same peace, the same gentle care. The universe holds you now, the way it once held the nests, the eggs, the sleeping forests. It asks for nothing. It simply invites you to rest. The night deepens. The stars grow brighter, closer, warmer. The air grows softer. The heartbeat of the earth slows, and your own heartbeat follows. There is no rush. There is no need for thought. You are exactly where you are meant to be, small beneath a vast, loving sky, safe within a world that remembers how to care for itself and for you. Time moves gently, like the tide, carrying everything towards stillness. The light of the stars lingers on your face, quiet and kind. You can feel yourself sinking into the same calm that held the ancient world, the same peace that will hold tomorrow. Now the stars hum softly, the earth sighs, and the night folds you in its arms. Everything rests together. Sky, stone, air, and heart, all part of one endless breath. Now, let yourself drift deeper into rest and sleep.